Okay, in these two examples, I'm going to show you how number pattern questions will be like for exam. Okay, so let's look at example 5A first. Example 5A will be quite simple because they already given you a general formula. So if they have given you a general formula, you do not need to think how does the formula comes about. Just accept that it's a formula that they already given you. So in this question, you are asked to find the first term, meaning n is equal to 1. The 99th term will be n equal to 99. So you just need to focus on putting in the correct values and then you punch calculator. So that will be the first term. And the 99th term will be something like this. So just punch calculator correctly. So don't worry if the number looks very big. As long as you're doing the correct thing, that will be your answer. Okay, part B, you are also given a general formula, but you got to read carefully. The question is asking you which term in the sequence is 541. That means, right, which number will you, when will you see 541? Will you see 541 at the 10th term, or will you see 541 at the 100th term, or the 59th term? So which term? So when they're asking you for which term, they are asking you for n. Okay, so it's the opposite way. They are asking you for n. So which term will you see 541? In such a case, you will let the whole formula be 541. And then you do like what your algebra, what you have learned in your algebra, you plus 3 on both sides. And then you divide by 8 on both sides. So in this case, when you get a 68, that means, right, 541 is the 68th term. That means you got to go all the way until 68. Then you can see, oh, 541 appear already. So be careful of what they are asking for. Sometimes they ask you for which term. Sometimes they tell you they want that specific term. Okay, so this is something that some students, they will always get it wrong. I think it's a bit of language issue. Okay, so which term means they're asking for n. Okay, so another kind of question will be something like example 6. So example 6, Jane constructed a number sequence. She is subtracting the same number. This is already a hint that it will be a common difference. So in the end, right, she gets something like this. So she subtract the same number. So you must discover what is that same number. So she started from 17. She started from 17 and she's going to subtract 3 times. After subtracting 3 times, then she's getting a 5. So you can think it in an algebra way, or you can think it a very common sense way. So what is the number that she keeps subtracting? So if you want to, we can do an algebra. So I can do it like an algebra format. 17 minus 3k is equal to 5. So I do like my normal algebra, subtract 17 on both sides. I get a 4. So that means every time she is subtracting 4, she subtracts 4 each time. Okay, another way, of course, some of you may be thinking like primary school. So what is that number that she keeps subtracting? Some of you might be just doing this and divide by 3. So that will work as well. So she's subtracting 4 each time. So you need to know the number, what is she subtracting? So now that you know that she's subtracting 4 each time, then you can find an x. You can find what is x. X is 17 minus 4. And you can also find y, 13 minus 4. And because you already know that that is a general formula, a common difference, the second part will be easy. The second part, you just use the general formula. So in this case, the first term is a 17. The common difference is a minus 4 because she keeps subtracting. So that's actually a minus 4. So open up the bracket. And that will be the general formula. Again, you can check whether your general formula is correct or not. Okay, so maybe if you want to, you can check. This is the fourth term. So if it's n equal to 4, will you get a 5? So if you can get a 5, that means the general formula is correct. Okay, now the next one. The last one is the one that a lot of students, they do not know how to explain. Now, I need to explain why I will not be getting minus 121. Okay, so why am I not getting a minus 121? Okay, I'm going to let the whole formula equal to minus 121. I'm going to let the whole formula equal to minus 121. So I'm going to subtract 21 on both sides. Yeah, I'm going to divide by minus 4 on both sides. Okay, when I try to divide by minus 4, I actually get n to be a fraction. So n must be a whole number. So the logic will be n must be a whole number because we are talking about first term, second term, third term, or fifth term, all that. So n must be a whole number. There's no such thing as 35.5 term. So since n is equal to 35.5, which is not a whole number, then minus 121 does not appear, it's not a term in the sequence. So the important thing is you're not getting a whole number. So when you're not getting a whole number, that means it doesn't appear at all. We don't have 35.5 term. All our n are whole number. Okay, so that these two examples are something where sometimes in exam question you will see something. Okay, so do understand the phrasing, get used to the phrasing.